Happy Tuesday, Yes God family. Happy Tuesday. Alexa, turn it off. Alexa, turn it off, please. Yes God family. Presence is appreciation. That's what we're going to be talking about this morning. Yes God. I hope everybody had a wonderful night's sleep last night. And this morning we are going to be discussing presence and appreciation. Yes, God. Hey, Instagram. Thank you for tapping that button. Yes, 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 God. Can everybody hear me? Does it sound good? Just want to make sure everybody can hear me. Good morning. Happy Tuesday, Grand Rising. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, God. I just got done listening to my morning prayer in the Quantum Prayer Circle. Yes, everybody can hear me. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So I want to talk about appreciation is presence, or presence is appreciation. So whatever we are being present with is what we are expressing gratitude for. Okay. And an example that I'm going to give is when I wake up and I see troll comments on my content telling me that it's pseudoscience and, oh my goodness, thank you for the badge. Yes, God. Christina. Yes, yes, yes. So when I wake up, right, and I have troll comments, because what happens, what I'm learning is as your following grows and grows and grows, and as you have more followers, more and more people start to see your content. And so as more and more people start to see your content, you have a mixture of people. Some people are like, yes, God, and some people are like, no, God. So I have some people that don't agree with my content, that believe that, God should be boxed into categories and names and all these other things, right? And so what they'll do is they will type these long diatribes on my content. And I'm sure that they believe that they are showing their position against my content, right? But the thing is that because they are being present with my content, regardless of if they like it or not, they are showing me support. They are appreciating me. Okay. They are helping my value to go up. They are helping me in the algorithm. They are helping other people to see my content. They are showing Instagram and TikTok that they love what I'm talking about. How to buy a badge, babe. Sorry, technology challenged. I'm not even sure. I don't even know. Why not start your first hour without screen time? That's exactly what I did. Did you? Did you have your hour this morning without the screen time? Because I did. So what happens is, because they're being present with my content, right, regardless of whether they love it or they hate it, they are showing me appreciation. And so this is what I want to talk about this morning. And I've talked about this before. When we are whatever we are giving our attention to, whatever we are giving our awareness to, we are basically expressing gratitude for that thing. And gratitude is a magnetic vibration. It's a magnetic frequency. It's a magnetic emotion. Okay. So I talk about this in the book, Reality Transurfing. All right. There's a book called Reality Transurfing that talks about different pendulums, and whether you're on this side or that side, you are in support of the thing. You are right there present with the thing. And so it's so important for us to be present in the moment. A lot of us are walking around thinking about the past, thinking about a future that hasn't happened yet, ruminating and getting ourselves all upset and anxious and maybe even depressed about something that is not even real in this moment. And so what we are doing is we are appreciating a circumstance that we don't want to continue to experience. Yes, God, I just got a wonderful email. All right, I hope this is making sense. So I'm going to start again. So essentially, being present, whatever you're being present with is what you are appreciating. Okay, what you appreciate appreciates. So this is why it's so important to be showing gratitude for everything good, all of the abundance that we have. Thank you, God, for waking me up this morning. Thank you, God, for the air in my lungs. Thank you, God, for the ability to walk. Thank you, God, for the ability to hear. Thank you, God, for the ability to speak. Thank you, God, for the ability to see. Giving our energy and our attention to the things that we have versus the things that we don't have. Because whatever we are giving our attention to, we are going to see more of that thing. So that when we are giving our attention to negative circumstances or painful circumstances, unfortunately, we are showing gratitude for that thing. We are saying, hey, I'm here with this thing and I want to see more of it. Energetically, that's what we're saying when we're giving our presence and our attention to a thing. So I was giving the example of troll comments, right? When I get troll comments on my content, all right, they thought they ate, right? They thought that they, made a point and they, were against what I was saying. Whole time they were actually boosting me, supporting me, appreciating me, right? They are helping me to push my message out even further. So I want us all to ask ourselves, what message are we pushing out with what we're giving our attention to through the day? If you were to take inventory of yourself all day and say, okay, what am I thinking about? What do you need, sweetie?
I'm hungry.
You're hungry? What do you want to eat?
I want some cookies.
What? You cannot have cookies. How about an apple?
I want some cookies.
How about some mango?
I want some cookies.
We're going to have, what kind of fruit do you want? We have grapes, we have apples, we have strawberries, we have blueberries. Which one?
I want some mango.
Some mango? Okay, let's go get some mango. Let's go this way. Give me one moment to get my baby some mango, y'all. Come on. Yes, God. She said cookies, right? Cookies. All right. Thank you so much, y'all. Thank you so much for the badges and the love and the support and the tapping of the screens and the showing me appreciation and being present with me right here. So even you just being present with me right here, giving me your attention, giving me your awareness, you are the things that I am talking about, you are going to start to see grow in your life. And so this is why it's so important to gatekeep and guard our awareness. This is why it's so important not to watch reality TV, not to watch things that we don't want to personally experience, even if it's somebody else that we're watching, even if it's somebody else's experience. Okay? Crime shows and all that, to each their own, right? But I would never in my life, especially at night, go to sleep with crime shows on. Why would you do that? Why would you be imprinting your subconscious with that? Thank you for liking and loving and liking and loving. Love this is so according to my beliefs. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes. You know, when you okay, so it's really all the time to be careful of what's coming into your awareness, right? But especially first thing in the morning, and especially right before you go to bed. Those moments should be filled with love, peace, prosperity, joy, bliss. We should be focusing on the things that we want to experience. We should not be watching people get murdered on TV. Okay, wow, my God, these days I had this situation. I can't believe it. What do you mean, Christina? Thank you, Chastity. Thank you, everybody, for comments. Yes, 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 God. So the reason why is because what we are being present with is what we are appreciating. So think about all of the thoughts that you have all day. Think about all of the conversations that you're having all day. Think about all of the music that you're listening to all day. All of the shows that you're watching all day. Everything that you are taking into your mind and you are paying attention to and you're giving your awareness to, you are actually co-creating with that thing. My ex did this to me. Okay. My ex-lover did this, made me obliged, and now I said no to this, to watch these kind of true crime show. This is confirmation too fast. Yes, yes. Like, I used to watch crime shows, but have stopped. Well, and because the thing is like, why? Do they make you feel good? You can tell a lot about the frequency of a thing by how it makes you feel inside. If it creates fear and anxiety inside of you, you probably shouldn't be giving your attention to it, because they are blah, 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 psychology, intelligence involved, aware, like, no, I don't want to do this. And now he's begin to know, and now he begin know also, right?
Oh, is it cookies now?
You've not had any cookies now. You gotta have some fruit.
I did. I don't want some cookies now.
Okay, maybe later, okay? Mommy's gonna finish working, okay? Can I have about 15 minutes?
Yes.
Okay. Cookies in the morning. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Sometimes I be bribing her with cookies because we be trying to get out the door, okay? She telling all on me. So now her expectation is cookies in the morning. Yes, all right. So, and that's just one example. But so really taking inventory of yourself and what is it that I am giving my attention to? What is the content that I'm taking in? My wife watches crime shows all the time. You know, I personally, from an energetic perspective, it's not good. Because why would you want to fill your awareness? Because then what happens? So let's break that down, right? A person who watches crime shows all the time, are they an open, loving, and trusting person? Or do they become a person who is constantly scanning for danger now? What you are giving your presence and your awareness to is what is appreciating in your life. And when you are giving your presence and your awareness to crime and violence and danger, okay? And it's not to say, and because I'm sure someone will say, well, those things exist regardless. Yes, they exist, but they don't have to exist for you. They don't have to exist for you. They don't have to exist in your experience. You are what you focus on. Exactly. So think of a hypochondriac even, right? An hypochondriac too. Go put those back because those are your sisters and she's probably going to come back for them. Go put them back where you found them, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. No, because if you're not going to leave it on the affirmations, Mom is just going to have to turn it off. This is why when I do allow my children to watch the television, I keep the remote. I am in charge of what is on that TV. They don't have remote. They don't have free reign to just go all over and be all over YouTube and be all over Netflix and they don't have that. I have control of that because I am so aware of how powerful what they are taking in and how it is shaping their silent expectations. Because the content that we're taking in, the conversations that we're having, the music that we're listening to, all of those things are shaping our silent expectations, especially in this political climate. I have to shut it off, girl. I don't watch the news ever. I can't do it. It's too much. We were never designed to have access to all of this information. Good morning, y'all. Here to learn and grow. Yes, God. Morning, beautiful sister. I found your cast yesterday. Love your aura. What does your earring say? Thank you. My earrings say perspective alchemy. Let me mirror myself over here on TikTok. And perspective alchemy is something that I coined, and it's basically what we're talking about right now, right? It is the practice of switching your perspective into a positive light. Switching your perspective into something that you can get behind. Thank you very much, Eternal Flame of Love. I appreciate that compliment. Okay, so there's people coming in and out of the room. I'm not sure who's here, who still is here, who isn't here anymore, but I want to say this again. Presence is appreciation. So presence is just simply the being with something, right? Like I'm being present right now with you. You are being present with me. So when we are being present with each other, we are appreciating one another. When I am being present with my surroundings, I am appreciating my surroundings. When I'm giving my presence to, wow, I love how I have this ring light right here that I can just plug in and give me light. Wow, I love that I have this computer here that I can communicate and do work and create on, right? Wow, I love my arms and my legs and my feet and my toe bones and my finger bones and my skull and my brain and my hair and my mouth and my eyes and my nose. So I'm being present with those things. I'm giving them my attention. And so I'm appreciating those things. But even if I'm not in the energy of thank you about the things, even if I'm in the energy of I hate my body, I hate my voice, I hate the way I look, I hate, right? That is, you are giving your presence to the vibration of hate and fear, basically, because all emotions either are stemming from either fear or love. So when we can be mindful of the fact that, hey, whatever I'm giving my attention to, whether I'm hating it or loving it, I am co-creating more of that thing. We begin to be very mindful about the things that we're being present with. So watching crime shows and watching violence and murder and hate content and content about, all of the bad things or all of the, even gender war stuff, all of that stuff is creating more. Too much violence. People are watching violence as entertainment. Exactly, Paula. People are sitting here watching violence as entertainment. I totally agree. I totally agree. But how can, if we are one, how can we, if what is happening in our country right now, especially when you are a direct target of the current system? A great question. So the best way that you can impact the current situation right now is to raise your own vibration, is to raise your own frequency, because positive frequency is a lot more powerful than negative. Even though it doesn't feel like it, it doesn't seem like it, it truly, truly is. Exactly. You transmute the energy. You transmute the energy by being above it, by not giving your awareness and your attention to it. By, regardless of what you see on the news, regardless of what you see happening, with people being murdered, unfortunately, by our government, which, by the way, people were being murdered before that. People are being slow murdered through our nutricide in this country. Okay, this country allows us to ingest things. I'm not even going to go down that path. All I'm going to say is that the way that you positively transmute that energy is to stop giving your awareness to it. Stop giving your attention to it and start giving your attention to being the change that you want to see. Be love, be appreciation, be gratitude, be joy. Okay? How can we ignore what is happening in our country? Okay, that was the question that I was answering. It's not about ignoring it. It's about redirecting your focus. How do you reset your energy? I'm so grateful for you today. I'm so grateful for you too. So one of my favorite ways to redirect my energy, and I know it sounds cliche, is I just sit in stillness and silence, and I witness my mind trying to lead me. And I practice the discipline and the muscle of not allowing it to lead me. All right. That is one of the ways that I reset my energy. The other way that I reset my energy is I go and take a walk. Walking is an amazing nervous system regulator. It is so, so good for your nervous system. It's so good for your body. The way that I reset is really somatic. So getting into your body, getting into stretching, getting into movement, okay, getting into dancing, really allowing those emotions and that energy to flow through your body is how we can transmute them. Okay, I'm a big believer in redirecting. Yes, God. Good morning. I love your content. Thank you so much. I love that you love my content, and I love that you're here this morning. I hope everyone had a beautiful night's sleep last night. Good morning. And so, and this is not to say, right, this is not hokey pokey, like, oh, everything's fine. I'm pretending everything's fine. No, I have situations and circumstances in my life that are not fine, that I wish were different, right? However, what I'm going to do, and one of the best ways that you can begin to redirect your energy is with pen and paper. And I talk about this pretty much every morning. You can begin to be grateful for what you would have rather experienced, okay? Our mind, our reticular activating system does not know the difference between reality and fake, right? You're gonna send me $20? Oh, that is so nice. Thank you so much, Morpheus. So being able to say, thank you, God, for this beautiful day that I had today. Thank you, God, for allowing me to experience all this gratitude today. Thank you, God, for all of this good news that I received today. Thank you, God, for a solution to an issue that I've been having for the last 2 years. Thank you. Like, start to give yourself permission to express gratitude for something that you desire to experience, even if it hasn't already happened yet in the 3D. Justice? Can you be quiet while mommy's working, please? Thank you. I love it when you're a good listener. You need to blow your nose. Give me 1 second. She just sneezed, y'all. You need to blow your nose?
Yeah.
Hey. Bless you. Yes, God. Thank you for sharing your experience with us. Absolutely. Thank you for being here. So yes, I'm going to have to jump off y'all soon because oh, you want it to be turned the other way? Okay. All right. So the example that I'm going to give again is that troll comments, people that troll me, right? I just did it in real time actually with a comment that came through on TikTok. Somebody said, cash at me, and put their cash app in here, right? And I said, oh, you're going to cash at me? Thank you so much. So we have the ability through our imagination to be able to flip things. We're able to flip things, right? So let me give you another example. What books do I read? I read a lot of books. I gave book recommendations yesterday. Levels of Energy by Frederick Dotson, Parallel Universes of Self. I actually have a book recommendation list. Let me pull it up. And then I'll share that with everybody. But to give an example, right, there's a post on my page about I was going back and forth with this dentist who was trying to play me and basically make me financially responsible for their negligence in filing a claim, right? And they kept going back and forth, and it escalated itself. And I kept writing, God, thank you for allowing me to be victorious in this situation. Thank you for allowing justice to prevail. Thank you for allowing me to be the winner in this. Yes, baby doll. She wants to get on camera so bad, y'all, but I told her mommy doesn't want her on camera. I don't put my children on social media anymore.
What are you doing?
Mommy's talking to her friends. Can I have a few minutes, please, while I'm working?
You got 2.
I got 2. Yeah, Mommy's talking on TikTok and Instagram. Can I talk to my friends for a little bit? Can I have 5 more minutes?
Yes.
Okay. Can I have a kiss? I'll be there in 5 minutes, okay?
Okay.
Book recommendations. Sorry, y'all. What was I talking about? Oh, the dentist. So I continue to write about how, even though that's not what I was experiencing at all, right? I was not experiencing that. No, I do not write in my notebook all day, just in the morning. In the morning, what I do is I write about my day as if it's already finished. Okay? So I say, dear God, today was amazing. Today I was able to get XYZ. I incorporate my real life into it. So if I have a doctor's, if I'm taking the children to this, I'm taking the children to that, I say, dear God, we had such an amazing time at the museum. Thank you for allowing us to have such a wonderful time together. What are you doing, silly girl?
That's so good.
It smells good. What do you have?
It's good.
She just cannot. She needs to be on this camera. Look at that little sweet hand. I love it. Pine, where'd you get this from? Stay out of mommy's stuff. Go in there. I still got 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
Okay. So I write as if it's already happened. Okay. Yes, it's an amazing technique. I swear, please, pretty please try it. Especially if you have something coming up that you're having anxiety about, or a situation in your life that you're having anxiety about. Start writing about it as if it's already been solved. Shh, shh, shh. Mommy, go in the living room, please. Egg. That's egg. Pig. So start writing about it. Start giving yourself permission to have appreciation and be present with the outcome that you want. Not the how, not how it needs to happen, but the actual outcome itself. All right, y'all, sorry, I'm trying to find this book list. Book recommendation. There it is. Okay. So Yes God book recommendations. I'll share this. I'm going to do this so you can screenshot in TikTok if you're interested, and then I'll come over and do it. It's going to be flipped on Instagram because I don't have a way to mirror my screen here, but I'll also read them out to you, okay? And then over here, you probably can't see these, so I'll just read them. So my top 11 recommended books: The 4 Agreements by Miguel Ruiz, The Power of Your Subconscious by Joseph Murphy, A Return to Love by Marianne Williamson, 3 Magic Words by Uel Anderson, that's one of my favorites, Levels of Energy by Fred Dodson, Ask and It Is Given by Esther and Jerry Hicks, The Art of War, Sun Tzu, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Also, that's not on here is Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. That one is amazing. Out of My Mind by Alan Larkin. Thoughts Are Things by Bob Proctor. And then Invisible Influence by Emerson Eggerichs. All right, so those are some book recommendations that I have for anyone who is on this spiritual path, who is looking to live a God-led life, because that's what we're about here at Yes God Wellness. We're about the mind, body, spirit connection and allowing ourselves to be used as vessels for God's will in our life. All right. And I had a comment the other morning. It was like, well, what if God's will is not my will? Well, you allow those things to intersect. You would be surprised at how much your will is in alignment with God's will. It's just about allowing yourself not to get so caught up in the how. Human beings love to be control freaks. We want to know how. How often do I go live? I've been going live every morning. I've been going live every morning, and typically I like to go live around between 7:30 and 8 o'clock is my sweet spot. All right. So, yes, scripting my day out, even about things that may not be supposed to happen for a day or two. I love how I went to the doctor and they told me that my condition is improving. I love how I came across information that is now the missing key that I needed to begin to turn this diagnosis around. I love, like, whatever it is that you desire as your outcome, give yourself permission to write about it and conceive of it unfolding the way that you want. Not how you want want, but the outcome that you want. How do you deal with this in your professional life? I've just started a business. What tips can you give me on how to handle this from a business perspective? So from a business perspective, I would say, dear God, thank you so much for all of these very clear divine steps that you are revealing to me. Thank you for allowing me to be open to the infinite ways in which I can solve people's problems. Thank you for allowing me not to be as much focused on the how as the what. And thank you for allowing me to be open to how people are giving me feedback so that I can serve them best. Thank you for allowing clients to come to me in expected and unexpected ways. Thank you for revealing to me the different ways that I can find out the problems that I am most equipped to solve. Thank you for blessing my clients. Thank you for the amazing results that my clients receive. Start praying over your clients. Start praying over their healing, their benefit, whatever it is your business is about. Start to actually express gratitude, not for the money that you're getting, because this is the thing, right? Everybody wants more money, but money is about the compensation, the value that you give. What is the value that you provided? Don't focus on the money that you want. Focus on the value. Dear God, thank you for showing me all of the ways in which I could provide $1 million worth of value. Okay? Because it's not about what's happening to us. It's about what's happening through us. All right? Yes, God. Thank you for tapping that screen over there. It's like self-prophesying. That's exactly what it's like. It is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Your inner dialogue is a self-fulfilling prophecy. So you must practice the art of directing your inner dialogue. And this is why I do my quantum prayers and my quantum rampages. And I'll do my prayer as I head out in just a moment here. But inside of my school community, which is $44 a month, you wake up to a new prayer over your day every morning. We have a weekly self-concept rampage that you are to listen to on repeat as much as you can bear. And then every other Sunday, we have a bi-weekly masterclass. Also, there's a 7-day identity reset in there, which people have been having amazing results with. There's courses on practical ways of forgiveness. There's courses on switching to an abundance mindset. There's courses on the power of your imaginations. There's a lot of different courses. So the school community is lit. Quantum meaning bigger than you can conceive or imagine. Which teachers do you read? I'm not sure what you mean, I am Dora. I just gave a book list just a moment ago. So, yes, God. So giving ourselves permission. So again, presence is appreciation. What are we? You're welcome. You're welcome, Nico. Giving ourselves permission to be. You just jumped on my live. Okay, so what we're talking about is that presence is appreciation, and whatever you are giving your attention to is growing. So if you are giving your attention to worst case scenarios and everything not working out, then you are unfortunately co-creating for that to come true. If you are beginning to be disciplined and give your attention to everything working out, everything going well, everything you touch turns to gold, being able to solve problems in creative ways that excite and create enthusiasm within you, then that is what you will begin to see. Yes, we are awareness. Exactly. We are source. Exactly, Doris. So you already know. And so, understanding that the fact that we can observe our thoughts means that we are not our thoughts. Just like Erykah Badu said, you don't have to believe everything you think. The mind is designed to tell you and keep you safe and prevent you from risk. And unfortunately, success looks like risk to the mind, because success requires you to step forward and do things that other people may not understand, they may not approve of, they may not condone, but we are not here for the approval or validation of other people. We are here for the approval and validation of God, and God lives within us as well as everywhere else. God is omnipresent. Okay? God is not some man in the sky dictating right and wrong and obedient and not obedient. Okay? That is an inside job. All right? We've been programmed and conditioned through patriarchal, capitalistic, imperialistic ideals and frameworks. Exactly. The mind is limited. We are unlimited. Yes, God. Awareness grows where energy flows. Yes, God. Yes, God, Dora. Yes, you're on it. You already know. So this is important to keep to pay attention to yourself. Pay attention to what you're listening to. Pay attention to what you're talking about. Pay attention to what you're telling yourself in your mind, okay? And the mind, and this is why I say being still and being quiet is how you begin to reprogram yourself. It's not about quieting the mind. The mind is not designed to be quiet. The mind is designed to do this all day. What we are doing is we are allowing the mind to step into its rightful position as of service, not leader. Because most people are allowing their minds to lead them and be very reactionary towards life versus allowing the heart to lead them. Those intuitive divine nudges that we receive in our heart, giving us guidance, right? That's where God speaks to us. And that little idea that's like, ooh, that sounds like fun. That sounds exciting. That sounds something that I'd be really passionate about. But typically what happens is the mind comes in right after to tell you, no, that's not going to work. Why would you? You know what the mind does. Thank you for this beautiful way to start the morning. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Bless you. Bless you. So if you're interested, I invite you to join us in the Quantum Prayer Circle. I also am here live every morning. And remember, you are compensated in life. Come here so I can blow your nose, sweetie pie. You're compensated in life based on the value that you provide. So instead of asking God to do something for you, start asking God to do things through you. Through, not to. Okay? So I'm going to take us out with our prayer of the day. Okay, let's see. Do you guys want the prayer of the day or do you want the self-concept rampage of the week? Y'all let me know and I'll pull up whichever one y'all are most interested in. Almost done. Well, good job, sweetie pie. Okay, mommy's almost done, okay? I'll be in there in just a moment. Kiss me. I see you got your baby all wrapped up. Yeah. Is she so cozy?
Yeah.
I'm new here, so either. Okay. All right, let's do the prayer. Somebody said prayer. Somebody said rampage. Prayer of the day. Okay, I see more prayers than rampage. Which they're both kind of the same thing. Thank you, honey. There's no self-concept. There's nothing to fix. We are whole, perfect, and complete. Yes, this is true. This is true. However, there are certain people at certain levels of consciousness that need to support and guidance into understanding that, Dora. But you're absolutely right. There is nothing to fix because we already are perfect, whole, and complete because we already have God living within us. Society has tricked us into believing that we have to earn and we have to prove and we have to show and we have to prove worthiness. But we are already worthy. We are already whole. We are already complete. We are already perfect. We are already one with the divine. And when we can remember that and when we can move through life in that way, it becomes so much more fulfilling and we become so much more in purpose because we are actually fulfilling our divine assignment on the earth. Ooh, that's what Justice had when she came out of mommy's tummy.
What's that?
That's mommy's placenta. It's called a placenta. That's what was giving you all your nutrients when you were in mom's tummy.
Did you get the blood?
That was blood. Yeah, it was a big thing of blood. All right, so we're going to listen to our prayer for today, and then I'm going to hop off. Thank you so much, everybody, for taking some time with me this morning. Whole, perfect, complete. Yes, God. A complete, separate whole. Yes, because we are all one. One thing that has been helpful for me is to listen to the second voice in my heart. Yes, the first voice is always a reaction. Yes, the second voice steps in with mindfulness, if that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Yes. And I said this yesterday, the difference between the mind and the heart is that the mind wants to argue. The mind wants to go back and forth. The mind wants to convince. The mind wants to persuade. The heart is not going to do that. The heart is going to say something in stillness, and it's going to let you, if you don't want to listen, if you want to argue with it, it's going to say, okay. It's not going to try and prove itself. It's going to remain steadfast in its message. All right, so let's go ahead and listen to our prayer, and then I am going to go with baby girl, and we're going to continue our morning. Are we going to do the 5 Tibetans together? silly face. Okay.
Mommy, what's that?
Oh, I'm in my Bluetooth, so you're not hearing it. Hold on, let me go back. Without splitting our attention. Dear God, thank you for reminding us that we are allowed to be right here in this present moment without splitting our attention between the past and the future, God. Even though it's tempting, God, even though we want to focus on the future and how it is going to play out, how it's going to unfold, God. We have been trained and programmed to always put a carrot in front of ourselves, or to always replay what has already happened, God, or to anticipate what might happen next, God. Thank you for allowing us to remember, God, that this moment is not a placeholder for something more important. This moment is where life is happening, God. Thank you for allowing us to remember that the journey is always way more important than our perceived destination, God. Thank you for revealing to us that as we slow down enough to feel ourselves here in the present, to appreciate the present, to show love towards the present, God, that we are being powerful in that presence, God. Thank you for reminding us that when we are fully here in our bodies, in our breath, in our awareness, that we are already participating in what is unfolding without needing to rush it forward, God. Thank you for reminding us that our bodies are not obstacles to spirituality. They are gateways into awareness, God, divine awareness, God. Thank you for reminding us that when we listen to what our bodies are communicating, we can gain so much information that our mind alone cannot access, God. Thank you for reminding us that wisdom is felt as much as it is understood, God. Yes, God. All right. So that was a prayer that we all woke up to this morning inside of the Quantum Prayer Circle. Would love for you to join us. Either way, my intention and my mission is to be of service. Okay. So I pray that everyone has a beautiful, amazing day. I pray that you are being present and, grateful for all of the wonderful infinite possibilities of outcomes in your life, that you don't get hung up on the how, that you don't get hung up on the ways that they unfold, but be open to God coming in and showing you all the infinite ways that it's possible. And first start with your imagination. Give yourself permission to conceive of the outcomes actually happening. Give yourself permission to imagine the outcomes happening, because we are always using our imagination either way, whether we're imagining best case or worst case. So why not imagine best case, y'all? Yes, God, thank you. So glad I discovered you yesterday. This has come in a very perfect time in my life. Thank you for your prayer. I need to go start my day, and I'm very hopeful. Have a blessed day, everyone. Have a blessed day, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being here. Sending so much love, peace, joy, bliss, fulfillment to you. Nice. Thank you, Divine Goddess. Imagination is the true world. Exactly. Exactly. Yes, God. We will chat soon, y'all. Peace.